Welcome back, everybody, to Ted Talks Guitars and Life. Doing more work than talk today, but I did thought I'd drop on out. So yeah, so great news. Got the tuners, they came in today. That's another whole thing. And yeah, man, so thought I'd do some electronics, and I've got everything wired up. The control panel, man, I know. Well, I don't know, maybe it looks pretty good to you, man. Looks pretty good to me. And so I'm going to drop it in here. And I don't have black electrical tape. I use blue painter's tape just to keep the wires kind of together. The ones that go together anyway. So yeah, so Mike, Two-Bike Mike and I have been talking about one of the things that you never know with an import guitar is if you're going to have enough room in the control plate cavity for the full-size pots, and in my case, the wafer. So I have plenty of room for everything. So yeah, so there you go. I didn't have to bore out the cavity or anything. So I'm going to go neck position. I believe my amp is on. Yeah, maybe not. Hang on. Stand by. Neck position. Middle position. Yep. Bridge. And should have nothing up here. All right, looks like we've got electronics. So we're good to go here. Yeah, man. So I guess I'll be back. Project continues. Well, welcome back to Ted Talks Guitars and Life. We are approaching the end of modifications. And the ability to string this bad boy up and see what we got with our $79 and with some mods. So I went ahead and swapped out the tuners. These are Musicali tuners. They're just, you know, 25 bucks or so. They're not super expensive type tuners. But I like locking tuners, and personally. So I just thought while I was normaling things up here, that maybe we'll just talk through a little bit. Man, I got to tell you, some of you watch the project vids, and I really appreciate the comments. Hey man, especially Two-Bike Mike and J-Man, because I gave them several shout outs and mentioned in those videos things that I've heard them talk about a little bit, and just know that when I give J-Man and Two-Bike Mike or anybody else a shout out, I don't speak for them, you know, man. I'm not saying that they always do like the copper tape between the J-Man doesn't always do the copper tape between the cavities. Sometimes he uses wire. So I don't mean to suggest in any way that I speak for them or represent them or anything. But now if they share something really cool with me that's really served me well in my travels, I just want you to know that, you know, man, I don't know. I don't know that there are any original ideas on the earth, as it were. And so I just always try to give credit, and I certainly don't want to even pretend or give the appearance that, you know, what I'm saying to you is just based on some great knowledge that I possess or acquired, you know, in my own individual studies and habits and whatnot. So anyway, man, but shout out to Two-Bike Mike and J-Man. Really appreciate you guys. And hey, man, and others who are commenting on the project videos. And I would encourage you, you know, I don't know. I know that a lot of people comment on the videos, but I don't know if you like read everybody else's comments or not. You see how taut those tuners are, man, compared. Do you remember what they were like before? They were just all wiggly and whatnot. That's a tuner should be sturdy, man. You shouldn't have play in it. And so now I need to preach to myself for a minute and tell myself not to over tighten, because Teddy sometimes over tightens things according to my bride, and I don't know my own strength sometimes. So there you go. Now, as I was saying, the project videos, I don't know if you read the comments, but you might want to read the comments, man, and let Two Bike Mike and J-Man kind of clean up any misrepresentation that I do of them. And unfortunately, man, I didn't. I found this second tuner is kind of off kilter a little bit, but I'm not going to clean that up, man. I'm not going to re-drill holes and all that. So anyway, if it doesn't look perfect, you know, man, very few things in life are perfect. That said, if you watch the project videos, I really appreciate it. What you should know about the project videos, man, is that all of those videos, like the copper shielding and the fretwork, those were like 30-minute videos, 35-minute videos. The video where what you saw was like a minute and a half of me taping the neck, or 16 minutes or something, that was like a half an hour. And I was just taping the neck, and I talked the whole time. Of course I did. And I told stories, and I talked about how great my wife was, and, you know, other things along the way, and just life. But, you know, and J-Man, he commented this morning when he saw me doing copper shielding. He said, "Wait a minute, did I miss a video?" Yeah, bro, you did. Everybody missed the videos, because what had happened was I noticed when I was uploading those videos that it was taking forever, and they were like massive gigs. And I was like, what is going on here? Well, come to find out, man, what happened is that I apparently, somehow, and I'm sure it's my fault, hit the slow motion feature on the video. So it was like, wow, 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 like that. And I was like, oh, man. So what you saw by way of project videos is just what I could salvage. So anyway, man, but I'm having a great time working on this $79 guitar. Again, this is for my grandson. It'll be his first electric guitar. I'm not trying to make it a Fender Telecaster by any stretch of the imagination, but I am trying to make it playable, and I am going to set it up to my specifications and player preferences. And anyway, I'll do a complete overview probably when I play the guitar in a few moments and make the final vid on the project. But the point is that, man, I spent hours and hours and hours yesterday just laboring over this thing. And yeah, look, I'm a praying guy. I'm a praying man. I'm not, that's not prescriptive for you. I'm not telling anybody how to live their lives. But man, I had such a great time just working on this old guitar. Well, it's a new guitar, but you know what I mean. And just praying for my grandson the whole time, man. Thinking about the kind of man he's going to be. Thinking about what he might do in his life. And I just prayed for him the whole time, man. Blood, sweat, and tears and prayers, man. That's the way Ted rolls. But yeah, man. So I'm going to swap out these string trees. I think I mentioned this in a video in the past. And I have these roller string guides that I'm going to be using. And there was a lot of things that I said in the project and parts videos that may not have come across very well. Like I mentioned spacers, and the truth is you really only need a spacer if you need it. If you don't need it, and usually you won't. I've only got one set of the Fender string guides, but I haven't put those on any other guitars just because I haven't purchased any, but I really like those a lot. They certainly don't need spacers of any kind, but the Fender ones, you've got to drill a secondary hole and all that. So yeah, it's down to string guides, and I usually wait until I've got it stringed up just to make sure I get the angle. You know, if you see my work, you know I'm always a little bit off center. I haven't done anything with the nut, and again, I'm going to throw, Matt, I don't know. I toyed with 8. I got 9s. He's pushing 14, so I think 9s will be okay. We'll see, and if not, you know, Poppy's got a stash, man, so I can hook that brother up. But yeah, man, so next will be to string it up. I've got to, of course, put the guitar together first, right? String it up, and then I'll look at the nut, and I'll adjust the nut slots if I need to. I did get a bone nut, very flat bone nut, and so I'm going to check this. This is the Do-Pro guitar bone nut, flat bottom, 42 mil by 3.5. So anyway, we'll see about that. And if I had some metal, Mike had a great idea. If I dropped this on metal, as opposed to my table isn't made of metal, then it would hear a distinct kind of bone sound if it's bone. Anyway, so that's where we are. The neck is pretty good. I did jack it up a couple places, so hey, man, what do you do? It's not like a Christmas present or anything. It's just kind of here, hey, I love you. Man, what we're going to do is, so I've got my granddaughter, the pink guitar. I've got the blue guitar for one of my grandsons, and then I'm still trying to work out an orange. And hey, man, shout out my buddy Matt Smith said, dude, just buy the guitar you wanted to have. And he didn't say come over, but I read come over to the house, man, and we'll sand it down. I got some burnt orange paint, man. So yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, so I'm going to put the guitar back together. I'm going to string it up. I'm going to check the nut slots out. I'm going to use some of this Big Bend nut sauce, I think it's called, just because I have it and I've used it on all my guitars for the past year or so, and it works pretty well. So I think that is really, I did this, so this is the, by the way, hey man, drop this in the comments if you can help me out here. So when I polished the frets, which I think they look pretty good for my purposes, when I polished the frets, the Dremel got away from me a couple times, and I didn't tape up the back of the neck. And I thought I was being wise because it seems like whenever I tape up the back of the neck, just to make sure you don't get any gunk on it, that the tape residue is just really hard to get off, and I just really had a hard time getting that tape residue off of the pink guitar, so I didn't want to do that. So long story short, I didn't cover this up at all, and so Dremel happy. So I don't know the best way to get that off. If anybody has suggestions, I've also got a little bit of glue here, it looks like, on the side of the fretboard that I probably will touch up, off camera, maybe after I put it back together and do some sound checks. I'll continue tweaking this, but yeah, man, what we're going to do is we're going to have my granddaughter with the pink guitar, my grandson with the blue guitar. When I get the orange guitar done for my other grandson, we're going to invite them all over, and I'm just going to hand them guitars, and we're going to jam. Dude, I'm telling you, man, that will make Poppy a very, very happy man. So, yeah, man, stick around for some sound check, or maybe it'll be another video. I didn't realize this would be that long, but hey, man, TED Talks, right, is the key words, guitars and life. So, hey, man, wherever you are in your guitar journey, thanks for hanging out with me. I pray you got a safe day going for you. A good, long trip in music. Rock on with your bad selves, and I'll catch you in the next one.